Greetings, y'all. Welcome to another video with me, Steve, and the music collection. Today, we are doing another artist spotlight from my CD collection, and we are going to be talking about the classic new wave band from the 80s, the Psychedelic Furs, or as all the hip kids call them, the Furs, or the Psych Furs, or PF. Maybe you've been to their Chinese restaurant, PF Chang's. A lot of people didn't know that, but that's what it stands for. Anyways, so Psychedelic Furs, I think I had one of their cassettes in the mid 80s, and I liked them, but wasn't a band I followed or paid all that much of attention to. And then I guess in 80, when did this come out? 88, I picked this up. This is a best of collection called All of This and Nothing. Good name for a best of. It happens to be the name of one of their earlier songs, which just kind of works. But I picked this up and, really liked this. I would listen to this record a lot and, never thinking I would need to dive any further than this. This is something I felt like this greatest hits collection kind of was all I needed. Really nice book here. Had all the songs that, I'd want on here if I could flip the pages. Some really good liner notes. You didn't see a ton of this in those 80s kind of best of collections, chocked full with this much info and stuff, but I'm having trouble flipping pages, but you get it. Just lyrics, pictures, etc., etc. But I didn't really think I needed anything else by them. It seemed like this covered everything. Some of the tracks on here: President Gas, Imitation of Christ, Sister Europe, Love My Way, Pretty in Pink, the original version, Ghost in You, Heaven. Heartbreak Beat I really loved. That came out, I think, in 87. I really liked that song. The one track on here, All That Money Wants, was a new release. And they always do back then when they have a greatest hits, they record something brand new to tack onto the album, kind of make it appeal to the fans who already have a few of their records. But it's really a good collection of their output up to 1987, 88. There's been other best of collections after this, but that I'm sure are pretty good too, but I can't stress enough how great this is. So again, like I said, I felt like this covered everything. Never really had any interest in picking up any other Psychedelic Furs records. But as I started buying more and more CDs as they began, I can't speak today, the prices started dropping on CDs, just in the last 15 years or whatever. I'm out at these record stores and digging through the used stuff, and I'd start seeing Psychedelic Furs CDs, and I just started picking up them here and there. I was getting a little more into the 80s new wave stuff. And so, that band's one of the top ones, and just started grabbing a few of their records here and there. So started picking them up. This is their debut, 1980, just called Psychedelic Furs, self-titled, produced by Steve Lillywhite. I feel this might be one of the first ones that I picked up where I just started realizing oh yeah, I think there's more to this band than just those hits. But it's a good record. I like it. It's a little more raw, a little more post-punk sounding, I guess. Nothing much in the booklet there. But I like it. I think I even have this on vinyl, actually. The tracks on here that I like, kind of familiar ones: Sister Europe, Imitation of Christ. The one that I love the most, which I had never heard until I picked this up, is Flowers, that ends the record. I really like that song. It's really good. So after that, we get 1981. We get Talk, Talk, Talk by the Psychedelic Furs. Another really good one. This, I think, is like a remastered version with some bonus tracks on it behind the CD. Oh, there we go. It's like a little discography there for you to kind of check off as you pick each one of them up, right? That's what you're supposed to do. So this is Talk, Talk, Talk. Nice remastered version with some cool liner notes, which I don't know if I've read. I probably read this. I mean, I probably picked this up like 10 some odd years ago. But really good collection. Nice job that they did on the reissue here. And on this one, you've got Dumb Waiters, the original Pretty in Pink, which they re-recorded for the movie. I think fans of theirs are kind of, I think a lot of them prefer the original version. I'm fine. I think both of them are pretty good. And there's some bonus tracks, but another good record by them. Then in '82, you get Forever Now, another good record by the band. And they're starting to become, at this point, '82, they're starting to become a little bit more popular, and this album comes out and does fairly well, I believe. God, this is another one of those remastered. It's funny, like when you're out picking up these CDs, sometimes you come across these remastered versions and then you've already kind of picked, and then you realize, oh, they reissued stuff and put these nice collections out with bonus tracks and stuff, but you've already picked up like one or two of the original ones, so you don't have them. So you kind of wonder if you should, like, replace the old ones you have. Like that first one I have, this one is not one of the reissued ones, but I guess if I ever saw the reissued one and it was cheap, I'd pick it up. On this one, you have Love My Way, which I remember probably did fairly well. It was kind of a little bit of a hit, minor hit. President Gas is really, really good. No Easy Streets, another good one. But yeah, and there's some more bonus tracks on this, but like that one as well. This one, '84, you get Mirror Moves. And this I remember, like I said, I had the cassette of this back then. But this one, I think, is the one that kind of was their most popular at that time. It's almost like, each record they're getting a little more and more popular. But I remember this one being fairly popular at the time. It's a good record. Pop this out. And this one, like I said, isn't one of the reissue ones, as you can tell, because one page is completely blank. Yeah, this is a good one. I mean, this is a successful record, really like on the shoulders of two songs, The Ghost in You and Heaven, which both I remember, especially Heaven, getting a lot of airplay at the time, and music video. There's another one on here, Alice's House, which is really good. High Wire Days, that's another one. Good record. I got my ticket stub. I went to see them live in 2017. It was a really good show. I mean, I don't know how many, it's the two Butler brothers still kind of leading the band. I don't know how many or if any of the other guys were from the band back in the day, but I guess as long as those two guys are there, that's all that really counts. So the last one I have is from '89, I believe. When is this? Yeah, '89. So this comes out after the greatest hits package that I had picked up. And this is Book of Days. It's an okay record. I'm not crazy about it. It's something I haven't listened to that much. I think, again, I picked this up a handful of years ago, because I probably found it for, $3 or something like that. The single from this that was pretty good and did fairly well was Should God Forget. It's an okay record. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that there's nothing much in the booklet here. I believe after this, the band kind of split up. And it was kind of weird because if I'm remembering correctly, the Butler brothers kind of split up Psychedelic Furs and formed this band Love Spit Love, which I remember being pretty good. They had like a couple of songs that I remember really liking. I don't own any of their CDs, but it just seemed odd, like that the two sort of driving forces of the Psychedelic Furs would split up that band just to start a new band. It's like, if they had some issues with some of the guys in the Psychedelic Furs, you feel like they probably could have cleaned house and got some new guys in and just carried on as the Psychedelic Furs. I don't really know the story. If you're familiar with what went down, you know, by all means, let me know. I mean, I guess I could look it up, right? But, you know, just trying to get some interaction going here. But, yeah, it just was odd, you know. But Love Spit Love was a pretty good band from what I remember, you know. And I don't know how many records they put out or anything like that. But eventually the Psychedelic Furs reformed and started touring a lot. And then they put out a new record, I think in like 2020 or 2021 or something like that. I think it's, shoot, I can't remember the name. It's got Rain in the title, but I haven't heard anything from it. You know, I asked a couple of people who were fans what they thought of it, and a couple of people said they liked it, but a few of them just weren't really that familiar with it yet. But I've been wanting to check it out. I haven't come across it in a record store, hoping that I'd find it maybe in a record store for a good price used or something like that, but that has not happened yet, obviously, because I'm not here to show it. But yeah, so that's the whole collection here for Psychedelic Furs. I'm missing a couple, obviously, like I mentioned, here and there, but you know, good collection. Like I said, if you're not familiar with them and you want to maybe just kind of test the waters, I highly recommend this as a good kind of starting point. Really good collection here. But yeah, let me know what you think of the Psychedelic Furs, or I meant the Furs, of course, or PF. But if you've ever eaten in their restaurant, I would love to hear what you thought of it. You know, but by all means, leave a comment below. I'd like to hear some of your takes on this band. Thanks for watching, as always, and we shall see you the next time.